heading out of Notre Dame right now, Notre Dame, Indiana, and gotta get on the toll road. First stop is Chicago. We're gonna meet Darren Johnson, who's a cool consultant and life coach hypnotist from Vegas, and then we head to Iowa to do the big show tonight. So here we go on an adventure. One thing I love about my job is it fulfills my dream of traveling the world. Now, while I'm just now branching out to the whole United States and eventually Canada and elsewhere, I get to travel through my home state and go to Chicago a lot and meet random people like Darren Johnson, for example, in person, who's a life coach hypnotist. I got to see him work his magic while he hypnotized my assistant Drew, and then he hypnotized a girl behind the bar not to be able to swallow. It's people like this that I really enjoy meeting just on a dime, and because I get to make my own schedule, I can just make random trips and I get to do random things that get to become lifetime memories. And here we are walking into a mall, and Darren influenced me to get a jacket that a lot of you have seen now that has my name and title of hypnotist embroidered on it. He actually was the first one I've ever seen like that. So here we are walking into a mall, and before we know it, we are basically bombarded by this religious extremist who says, magic, mind reading, hypnosis are work of the devil. So now here's a video of us walking away as we were just escorted by about half a dozen cops from the Chicago Mall, but of course not before grabbing my personalized new embroidered jacket before we hit back on the road. So this is the exhilarating lifestyle. Everyone's like, oh, you traveled, so cool. I mean, it's fun to travel. But at the same time, some people like the scenic route. I don't mind it. But when you're driving for like 4 to 6 straight hours, and this is pretty much all you got, there comes a point where you just want to go to bed. That's basically where I'm at. We're about an hour and a half out. I just want to go to bed. We actually miscalculated in a good way. We're actually going to arrive early, which it's always better to be early than late. Some people say, better late than never, but not when you're dealing with high-paying clients. So we're going to get early to the hotel, and I'm going to pass out for like 6 hours. And then we're going to go from there. And hopefully that'll be enough to rejuvenate me, re-energize me, and start a show past midnight when the rest of you are getting ready to end your night. That's when I start working. So here we go. So a lot of people know my friend Chris Jones from America's Got Talent. He's the one who made How He Shook His Hands. When I first met Chris years ago, he would talk to me on his phone while he traveled, because sometimes it gets boring or lonely, and he would always hang up the phone and say he's going to get like McDonald's or fast food. And so I'm always doing what I told him to do, which is pack your meals, dude. Like, he's a runner, he's a marathoner, and in recent years he stopped running as much, but he used to eat McDonald's fast food several times a day while traveling. And I just started a healthy diet again, so I'm trying to keep to my word, because I always train other people who start getting more serious and travel more into it. Pack your food, it saves you time and money. I only do pit stops usually for a bathroom break. Pack your food, it's healthier. Welcome to Iowa. This is not, by the way, this is not Canada. I'm so tired. I was eating my sandwich, I was like looking at my GPS like, what do we have a mile before we're in Canada? I was like, no. No, John. You're not going there today. It's too far away. I'm really tired. For some reason, I like that color bridge. And what's up with... Look at all these Penske trucks. They're all moving to and from the Mississippi River. Yeah, we're here. That guy is going to Canada because Trump might win. He knows what's good. He knows what's good for himself. So, we are now in Iowa. I like bridges and water. Here's the scenery. And now my GPS is telling me what to do. No, stop talking. No, that's not where I'm going. Where am I going? DeWitt, dumbass. Come on, Siri, work with me now. DeWitt, we're in Iowa. We're not going to Utah. No, stop. I swear to God. Yes, please pass me. Sorry, my girlfriend doesn't know where we're going. Dang it. Route, whatever. Where are we now? What are we doing? Do you know what we're doing? Whoa! How did we end up in Texas? What? No, you're wrong. We're not going there. You're still wrong. How did we end up in Texas? That makes no sense. Why are you dumb? What? No. 918. Was it Westwood?
Yes.
Westwood Drive. DeWitt. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. DeWitt, Iowa. Go. Can we do that? Can we make it happen? Go 4G, go. Holy crap, we're 12 minutes away.
Good.
Thank you. It only took you way too many tries. We're breaking up after this trip. And that's how I deal with my girlfriends. We have about 2.5 hours before our show, and I just took a nap. We didn't film coming in the hotel because I was just so tired I just crashed. And right now this is basically what we got from a show. I know you can't really see it, but that's the point, because I don't want every hypnotist on the web knowing my routines. But the point of the show is I always try to revamp the show. And the point of cliche is to point out the cliche routines that every hypnotist on the market does. And so we say, at this point of the show, for example, a lot of hypnotists would turn someone into a chicken. And instead, this is how we're going to twist the routine. And we're not going to make him into a chicken, but we're still going to incorporate the idea. And that's basically the idea for the whole show. And then I just plan it out to make sure we have everything in order that makes sense in every routine that flows into each other. And then I make sure, see how long the beginning is going to take. So I think the beginning already is going to take about 15-20 minutes between the first routine and the induction. And then we have the outro. So I'm thinking the show is going to be, it's going to be a minimum of an hour. It might be a minimum. It might go to 1 hour and 15, which is fine, because as long as the kids are entertained, the organizers are usually pretty happy. But I always just like to look through and kind of go through my mind. And it makes it easier so I don't always have to rely looking at the actual screen to know what routines I have. Even if I don't do them in the same order, as long as I get these routines out, especially specific routines that I do that no other hypnotist does, that sets me apart, as long as I get those out there and I perform those for the kids to see, I obviously make the organizer happy, my agent happy, and yeah, I like just being different. Everyone likes being different, but this is my way of doing things. So look out, hypnotists, I'm onto you. That was kind of creepy. I shouldn't have winked at the camera. So we have, what is it, about 10:15, so we have 2 hours approximately.
Approximately.
So we gotta go down the street to a restaurant, eat, use their Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi here is whack. And yeah, then we can go from there, put the show playlist together, and then we'll go and set up. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the show. They zip tied these things together. They've never done that before. They're trying to be organized. It's really just frustrating. Maybe I'm just not an organized person. Like, the fact that I just got frustrated by organization. Like, how dare you zip tie my stuff together? How dare you make me a reasonable, living human being? Should we keep this? Should that be your hair tie now?
Hair tie? I've got 2.
Oh, here's a third one. Is that like the redneck hair tie? That's the vest. We don't need the vest. We're not that fancy. Correction, I'm not that fancy. Not today, at least. Alright, so I pooped a hole! I can't adult right now. Don't make me do this. Here's a quick snippet from an Iowa show where I glue everyone's butts to a chair while they attempt to get my wall to get money. If you want to see more clips from this specific show, simply click the screen if you're on desktop.
Like, how's everyone doing? How's everyone awake back in the room? How's everyone doing? And you look very unhappy and disgruntled. You should see her face. She's like, what's wrong? You look just like, I don't even know. What's up with you? What's your name again? Say it louder, everyone's laughing. Awesome. And what do you guys do? Yeah. Word, son. Here, I'll give it to them, but the second they touch it, it's the world's stinkiest thing, and they start playing hot potato because no one wants it once they touch it. You want the money? She's been laughing the whole show. You want it? Here. Okay, or not. Who really wants the money? Who really wants it? You? Alright. You want the money? Here you go. Are you still trying to get up?
When you're resting, watching Netflix, about to pass out from not falling asleep in almost 24 hours, and out of nowhere, your agent's just like, hey, last minute show, out of town, starts at 4 a.m. It's actually out of state. Want to go? Water bottle, sound equipment, martial arts uniform, traveling bag, tripod, jacket, hat, car. Let's go! Here's another quick snippet of my last show in Michigan. If you want the full thing just like before, simply click this whole full clip screen and you'll be taken to the other clips for the show.
This is called dedication. On the count of three, the person I'm touching now, on the count of three, the person I'm touching now will wake up. You will be an alien. You cannot speak any dialect other than alien. You understand alien and English, but you can only speak alien on the count of three. Every time you look at my eyes and I ask you to answer any question, you can only speak alien. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. You doing good? You need to sit right here. Sit right here. Sit right here. Alright, you're good? Alright, okay. Now, we've been asking everyone what their name is. Person I'm touching right now, want your eyes on my wig? We've been asking everyone what their name is. So for the camera and everyone here, could you please tell me what your name is? Raise your hand if I just sent you back. Who's the person I just sent back to the audience? Stand up. Look at me. Your feet are completely rooted to the ground. You will not fall over. But when I say the magic word and I snap my fingers, your head will droop forward. You will relax, but you will not fall over on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, sleep. When you wake up, the person who just went under hypnosis, when you wake up, you are an alien translator trained under the government and NASA. And only you can properly translate what aliens speak on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Good. Now.
Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed at least part of it, if not the whole documentary, and seeing what my life is actually like from the time I leave until the time I get back. Now, if you are a high school and or college kid, then I would by all means encourage you to go to the link in the description down below. I have certain links for both high schools and colleges. I have 2 different agents. I have one who would book me for your high school event, so if you want me for a high school after prom or any other given high school event such as motivational speaking, and that also goes for college kids. I have a link for both high schools and colleges down below. You can give to your high school or college committee so they can bring me in for whatever it is they desire, again, whether it be entertainment or motivational speaking. And one thing I want to point out is a lot of people wonder what it's like to be a friend of mine or to be my girlfriend, and I just want to say, I'm a normal person. I like doing normal things like you guys do. I like going out with friends, catching up with family and friends, traveling, having a good time, bowling, eating out, watching movies out. You know, I'm not really that abnormal. Every now and then I may do something different, like hypnotize the pizza guy, but he was completely willing, and no, the pizza was not free. I still had to pay for it, but it was still delicious. Thank you, Drew, for helping basically pay for that whole thing. And Drew actually wanted to see me do this because he's my assistant, but also one of my most advanced students, and he wanted to see if I could get away with hypnotizing the pizza guy. Other than that, I just want to bring some attention to Covert, Michigan, and simply say, fail.